The beginning of the problems and its response. More than 5,000 rockets were fired towards Israel unexpectedly by Hamas. In response to that, Israel declared war on them. More than 200 raids carried out overnight by Israeli forces, destroying Hamas's military installations. Israel says it has regained full control of areas around Gaza Strip. Israeli army spokesman advises Palestinians in Gaza to flee to Egypt amid fighting. 2 Palestinian journalists are killed early on Tuesday in an airstrike by Israeli warplanes. The Israeli Navy strikes central areas of the Gaza Strip along the Mediterranean coast. Humanitarian situation. Israel suspends water supply to the Gaza Strip. Israel imposes a complete siege on Gaza, cutting off electricity, food, water, and fuel. Around 137,000 Palestinians displaced in Gaza and seeking shelter in schools. Conflict in numbers. The number of Palestinians killed by Israeli forces has risen to 704, including 143 children, according to the Palestinian Health Ministry. At least 900 Israelis have been killed, and over 2,600 others wounded in the fighting, the Israeli Health Ministry says. Around 123 Israeli soldiers have been killed in fighting against Hamas, says Israel Army. More than 100 Israelis are being held hostage in Gaza, says Army. The bodies of at least 108 Israelis have been recovered in the Gaza envelope area. Tensions with Lebanon. 3 Israeli soldiers are injured in a clash with gunmen who infiltrated the Israel-Lebanon border. The Palestinian Islamic Jihad group claims responsibility for an operation in southern Lebanon against Israeli soldiers. The deputy commander of its 300th Brigade of the Israeli Army is killed during clashes on the Lebanese border. Diplomatic and political. The U.S. is surging support to Israel, including additional air defense weapons and munitions, the Department of Defense declares. Leaders from the U.S., UK, Germany, India, France, and Italy issue a joint statement condemning Hamas and supporting Israel. The U.S. has no intention of sending ground troops to Israel, says the White House. The EU's assistance to Palestine will continue without suspension, Foreign Policy Chief Joseph Borrell says. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu calls on opposition leaders to form a national emergency government. Ankara is ready to serve as a mediator in the current Israeli-Palestinian tensions, President Recep Tayyip Erdogan announces. International reaction. Hundreds of pro-Palestinian protesters gathered in front of the Israeli embassy in London. Thank you for tuning in. We'll be back with more updates soon. The Time Trekker.